journalist from the Walter Cronkite era. She ended her life a little bit, now what we would call maybe a little woke, but she was a journalist. So why is it so crazy that Tucker Carlson goes to interview Vladimir Putin to see what he's going to say and to see if there's something there? It doesn't mean that he's being buddies with him and taking him quail hunting that Tucker likes to do in North Carolina. It means he's over there to talk to him. Why is that so bad?
Adam.
Look, I think people want to see this interview. Of course. We've had this conversation of who's on your top 5, top 10 list of people you'd love to speak to. Putin is on that list. I don't understand the obsession, especially on the far-right fringe, that are pro-Putin people. There's definitely talk of that. I don't think Tucker is pro-Putin. I just don't think he is pro the war in Ukraine. The most ironic thing to me, though, is this. We're talking about this free press conversation. When there's no free press in Russia, Russia is ranked 148th out of 180 countries, according to the Reporters Without Borders Press Freedom Index. The beautiful thing about America is we have the First Amendment. Freedom of the press, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom to gather, everything we understand about that. So it's just interesting that the bedrock of freedom of press, America, Tucker Carlson, arguably the biggest reporter in the world right now, is going to speak to the dictator known as Vladimir Putin, potentially.
Yeah, and by the way, CNN showed, they're like, yeah, and he is in Kremlin where he's getting a free battery charge without having to worry about the Wi-Fi with being spied on. And, obviously the news is saying this, and CNN is making fun of the fact that you trust the Wi-Fi in Russia. Right. I don't know if I trust the Wi-Fi in Russia. I don't know if I'm, when you go to places like this, you have to know, you don't necessarily know what they're going to be doing to get access to you. Of course. You have to assume 100%, especially if your name is Tucker Carlson, that you have to use a fresh laptop. You have to go with a fresh computer that's nothing else is in there, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared. You have to think like a person that would be involved in some kind of secret intelligence to see how they would be thinking. You have to, and I'm sure him being who he is and his camps filled with some sharp guys that, we've spoken to a couple of them. I'm sure they're thinking that way. But at the same time, competition is always intimidated by a guy that's willing to get on a plane and fly to Russia to go interview somebody that everybody else is so afraid of interviewing, or you don't want to talk to because it's opposing ideas. Look, for me, I have my business plan here. This is very sacred. This is only mine, and nobody gets to read this. This is only for me, and it fires me up. When I write my business plan like this and I laminate it, it starts off with a letter to myself, and I got a list of guys that I'd like to do certain things with. You know who's on my list of people I want to talk to this year? Maduro. Maduro's not a right-wing guy. I want to talk to Maduro. I want to talk to certain people who are hardcore socialists. I have certain people on here that I like to talk to that a lot of people would say, you would talk to him? You would talk to her? Yes, I'm curious, okay? We just did a podcast with Bill Maher. I enjoy talking to him. I wish it went a different direction, but I enjoy talking to the guy because it's to see why does this person think the way he does. I'm excited to see what he does in the interview. And odds-wise, do you guys have any odds on what you think, whether the interview is taking place or not, based on how the media from Russia answer? What do you think the percentage is that's actually he's there to interview Putin? What is the percentage?
I think 90%. I think 90%.
Tom, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm above 85%. We'll do like Price is Right. I'll go 85%, Bob.
I think it's highly likely. That's why he's there. So, yeah.
Where are you at? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Rob, you think it's going to be happening?
I'm 50-50. It's either Putin or Snowden.
It's either Putin or Snowden.
Yeah, because Snowden's hiding out in Russia.